spirit sippers and whiskey tippers. Wun Wun here again, and today we got something special. Today I'm going to be reviewing my very first Highland Park. This one's the Twisted Tattoo.
Alright.
Oh, the Twisted Tattoo is 16 years old. It's 46.7% ABV. Single malt Scotch whiskey. I am super excited to taste this. Highland Park's supposed to have a little bit of peat in a lot of their stuff. And the very few Highland Parks that I've tasted, I haven't really tasted so much peat in it. So, no idea what this one's going to be. It is 16 years old. I just can't wait to crack it open. Oh, cool bottle. Oh, cool little dragon. All about, it tells you a little story about all the little tattoo work and things like that. Highland Park's really big into their marketing. They have the whole Valfather series with the Valknut and Valkyrie and all those. I haven't tasted any of those. I have tasted the Highland Park 18, wasn't the hugest fan, but I hear the 16 is really good, so excited to bust into it and see what it's all about. Let's get it. Decent little pop. Let's get it in a glass. Almost like a little flask-sized bottle. That's different. It's kind of cool. Smells really good and malty, but you know how we do it. It's 16 years old, so we're going to let it air out and calm down in the glass for 16 minutes, and we'll be right back at it. Don't go anywhere. Oh, man, right out of the gate, it's got a kind of like a savory, salty note. A bit of like seawater and oranges, too. Almost like an Oban a little bit. Yeah, it's almost got that Oban type characteristic on the nose. Salty, almost a brine. A little bit of orange and a little bit of like savory saltiness. That's interesting. All right, I'm excited. It's been forever. This is going to be my first Highland Park review. Let's see how it tastes. Slangeva. That sea brine I was getting on the nose, it's not really there. Super smooth. There's almost like a salty barbecue effect I got on the taste, which is really wild. And it's not like peat. I mean, unless that's what peat is, but I know I've heard people talk about peat like a meaty barbecue type peat. And I'm not getting that. It's just more like a barbecue sauce, like a salty barbecue sauce flavor. That's kind of wild. But it's not smoky. It's not smoky, or there's none of that Band-Aid taste, anything like that. It's just, like I said, like a real savory, sultry barbecue taste. That's really good. It does have, now that it's opening up a little bit, I think it does have a little bit of peat. Because I do get just the tiniest bit of a peat smell, but on the taste, it wasn't really there. I didn't get that big smoke blast, like I said, medicinal blast, like none of that. But yeah, there is just, the more it's opening up, there is a little bit more of that on the nose. Almost like, now that I said that, like you're almost getting to that Band-Aid, but not really at all. Like it is very, very minute. So yeah, I guess there's some peat in here, but it's very, very small. Not overbearing at all, which I like, because I'm not a fan of peat. Yeah, I guess, I mean, tiny bit of that sea brine is there with that saltiness, but again, it's just more like that second swallow, there was just a little waft of smoke there. So maybe it's now that, I mean, like almost by the second, it seems to be opening up more, and maybe some of that peat is getting out. Kind of like the Hakushu 12 was like that. When I very first tasted it, I didn't taste it at all, and the more it opens up and the more air that hits it, the more that peat kind of opens up and the flavor kind of comes out. Kind of feels like that's what's happening with this, because there's definitely, like every second, every time I go back to it, there does seem to be a little more peat coming out of it. But it's very light, it's not overbearing at all. Let's see how it handles some water. A couple drops in there, I know it can handle it. Again, this is 46.7. I paid $97.99 for this one, so it was $120.91 out the door. Yes, our taxes are ridiculous up here in Washington. But so far, so good on the taste. This one's kind of like what I was expecting. I was thinking there might be a tiny bit of peat. At first, I didn't get it at all, but like I said, the more it opens up and the more air that hits it, the more that's coming out. But it's not overbearing. It's just a nice little extra savory note. Let's see how it does with the water. Cheers. It almost got a little sweeter with the water. It kind of brought out more of a sweetness. Not like perfumey, but it did bring a couple more floral notes, I would say. More sweet and floral with the water. Let's see how it is on the taste. Cheers. Just kind of thinned it out, maybe brought out a little bit of that, it's not a sherry barrel, it's a Rioja wine barrel that they matured this in and finished it in. So they matured it in ex-bourbon barrels for 16 years, and then they finished it in a Rioja wine barrel. And you can the water kind of brings out some of that oak influence from that. That is a nice, smooth, malty, just real savory taste. It was really good. The water I don't want to say it tamed down, but it took away kind of that salty, sweet barbecue taste and just more of a malty, oak influence taste, which is really nice. And for 40, what is this again? 46.7, this is ridiculously smooth. That goes down super light. All right, part 3, let's see how it does it over some ice. Okay, yeah, like I said, the more the air gets on it, every second that goes by, it was getting peatier and peatier. The peat is definitely in there now. It's definitely coming out. Love that pop on this one. Let's get it in the glass. $46.7. See how it fares over some ice. It's kind of 46.7. It's kind of weird, kind of like what the Talisker does. The Talisker is always like a weird off number. They say, I've heard it say it's like that's the latitude of where the distillery's at. I'm not sure if that's true or not. But yeah, it's kind of an odd number, 46.7. But I like it, and I mean there is zero burn. It is so ridiculously smooth going down. Like I don't know how it's that strong and that smooth, but there is zero burn with this one. It's almost like a salty lemon popsicle on the nose. Yeah, like a salty lemon popsicle with a little tiny bit of an oak influence. Let's see how it tastes before it gets too watered down. Slanjava. The peat kind of pops off that ice. It's a nice little savory flavor. A little bit of salt, a little bit of oak influence. The tiniest little peat, and it kind of pops right off that ice. That's refreshing. I like that. This is a good one. This is definitely just as good as I heard it was. Man, I really like this one. Scale out of 1 to 10. I think I would have to give this one. Man, it's smooth and as easy as it is, and just a step into peat, kind of get you started in that direction. Everything about it. I think I got to give this one a good solid 8.8. Can't wait to spend a little more time with it. So that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and hit the subscribe. We got videos coming out all week long. We're doing all sorts of stuff. So I hope you guys are having an absolutely amazing week. And until we see you next time, cheers.